The digital world has erupted into chaos because Stefon Diggs has finally shattered his silence. And what he revealed has detonated the celebrity universe like a bomb with no warning. Months of hushed rumors, cryptic whispers, clandestine messages, and volatile live streams all lead to this moment. Cardi B has moved on.
And the man at the center of the storm? None other than Chris Brown. This isn't hearsay.
It isn't speculation. Stefon says it himself. This is confirmed. But the way Stefon Diggs unleashed it was malicious, calculated, and nuclear.
He didn't drop hints. He didn't throw shade. He didn't post an ambiguous tweet.
He laid bare every intimate detail. The private conversations, the timeline, the moments that revealed Cardi had already emotionally checked out. The revelation sent fans spiraling. When did Cardi B and Chris Brown grow close? How long had it been under wraps?
And why now? What does Offset even think as the world burns?
Within minutes, online detectives were dissecting every clip, every lyric, every fleeting glance, every subtle body movement. They traced every event where Cardi B and Chris Brown shared the same space, secretly, silently, almost conspiratorially. And the receipts? Oh, they are already leaking.
Hidden DMs, old flirty comments.
A backstage recording overlooked until now. Even a private jet clip showing Cardi's nails in plain sight. The chaos is contagious.
Celebrities are scrambling.
Offset is trending for reasons no one wants. And Stefon Diggs has declared war on secrecy. According to him, Cardi has been dishonest all along.
The timeline? Brutal.
From the outside, the world saw Cardi B and Stefon Diggs as a tempestuous, chaotic pair teetering on public collapse.
They were loud,
unpredictable,
explosive.
One day laughing together on live streams like teenagers caught in a first crush. The next, Cardi was unfollowing Stefon on Twitter. Stefon posted cryptic Instagram stories. Fans fought in comment threads over who was using whom. But behind closed doors, the storm was darker, more dangerous. From the moment Cardi B and Stefon Diggs connected, insiders whispered warnings. Disaster was inevitable. Friends of Stefon reportedly said, "Bro, she's still tied to Offset.
Don't fall too hard."
Meanwhile, Cardi B's team was constantly whispering warnings in her ear. "Girl, Stefon Diggs isn't emotionally steady enough for you. He craves attention more than he can give stability."
But Cardi didn't listen. And Stefon? He was blind to it.
What drew them together wasn't passion or romance, it was perfect timing. Cardi had been slowly drifting away emotionally for months, long before anyone outside knew her marriage to Offset had already collapsed. Late-night fights, silent days, invisible walls growing between them. No public smile could hide the cracks. Fans noticed. Critics noticed. And Offset's missteps only made the fissures deeper. Stefon watched silently, inching himself closer, waiting. Every time Offset humiliated her publicly, Stefon sent a supportive message. Every cryptic post Cardi shared, Stefon was the first to like. Every subtle hint she dropped about being done with men, he responded with a teasing DM. "You ain't done with all of us."
The signal was clear. He was waiting for his moment.
And then, finally, it came. Cardi leaned on Stefon first emotionally. He became her late-night confidant, the voice she called at 2 a.m., the one she trusted with truths she'd never share online.
And Stefon? He drank it in. He felt powerful.
Chosen. Like he had breached a secret door into a world no other man could enter. But here's the dangerous truth everyone overlooks. Emotional attachment is not the same as romantic compatibility. Stefon and Cardi weren't bound by trust or stability. They were bound by chaos, drama, and past trauma. When two unstable forces collide, the relationship doesn't flourish, it explodes. Their first real fight? Over a seemingly trivial rumor about Offset texting another woman, an issue that had nothing to do with Stefon. He tried to console her, to be the hero, to step into a role he was never prepared for.
But his attempts backfired.
"You deserve better than that man," Stefon reportedly said. Cardi snapped. "Don't tell me what I deserve. You don't know my marriage." That single argument ripped open a wound neither could heal. Yet Cardi didn't pull away. Instead, she gravitated closer, because Stefon gave her something Offset hadn't offered in years. Attention, validation, the intoxicating thrill of being wanted.
Then came the twist no one saw coming.
While confiding in Stefon, Cardi quietly began reconnecting with a figure from her past, a man she had long admired. A man with power, wealth, influence, and superstar status equal to her own. A man who had silently supported her long before the world even noticed, Chris Brown. Their connection didn't ignite as romance at first. According to insiders, it began professionally: music conversations, performance plans, collaborative ideas. But the spark? Immediate. Intense. Undeniable. Chris Brown reportedly confided to a friend. "Cardi got a fire in her. I see myself in her."
That single line says it all.
While Stefon Diggs was handing out emotional band-aids, Chris Brown was offering something entirely different: power, opportunity, stability, a grown man presence that Cardi hadn't felt in years.
She was torn. Stefon gave her comfort.
Chris offered a future.
Offset represented the past. And Cardi B?
She isn't the type of woman to settle for one reality when she can navigate 3 emotional worlds at once. The turning point came one sweltering night in Miami. Cardi and Offset clashed over something small, yet symbolic: a simple double tap on another woman's photo. Normally insignificant, but at that moment, it hit like a bomb. She was exhausted, emotionally drained, questioning everything. Offset stormed out of the hotel suite, leaving chaos in his wake.
Cardi reached for Stefon, but he didn't answer. Enter Chris Brown. He picked up. He calmed her.
He reminded her she deserved respect, stability, a man who could meet her where she was. And in that vulnerable instant, Cardi felt seen, truly seen, in a way she hadn't in years. That night didn't spark a romance, but it planted an invisible seed. Then Stefon Diggs unknowingly sealed his fate. Hours later, when he finally called back, Cardi confronted him. "You didn't answer when I needed you."
Instead of apologizing, Stefon lashed out. "I'm not your therapist.
I'm not here to babysit your emotions."
That was the fracture.
In that moment, Cardi realized he wasn't her solution. He was just another complication. She began pulling away: slower texts, fewer calls, muted laughs, withholding details about Offset.
Panic consumed Stefon. He dialed more. She ignored him. He DM'd relentlessly.
She left him on read. Then the final blow: Cardi suddenly became untouchable, too busy for him.
Rumors exploded. She was seen backstage at Chris Brown's event, leaving the same recording studio as him.
Sharing dinners with mutual industry friends, Chris was there.
Stefon confronted her. She didn't deny, didn't fight.
She simply said, "You worry too much."
That single sentence shattered him.
From that moment, Stefon Diggs knew he had lost Cardi B, not to Offset, but to Chris Brown. Yet Cardi kept her silence publicly, until Stefon opened his mouth. And when he did, it wasn't just a revelation, it was a timeline of betrayal, secret calls, backstage glimpses, shifts in her energy, the nights she stopped calling, and the moment she confirmed she was seeing someone else. And here's the kicker. According to Stefon, Cardi said, "My new man is rich, respectful, shy, and more focused than you."
Fans assumed he meant Chris Brown, but the real shockwave hadn't even hit yet.
The moment Stefon Diggs dropped this, Chris Brown started trending.
Offset panicked. Cardi B scrubbed her social media. What Stefon unleashed wasn't just scandal, it was war.
This eruption wasn't born of heartbreak. It was calculated revenge.
He didn't slip. He didn't rant blindly.
He erupted the way only a man realizes has been replaced, discarded, outmatched, and humiliated. The moment Cardi chose someone else, bigger, richer, with more star power, Stefon Diggs ignited a storm.
Stefon Diggs didn't beg. He didn't grovel. He didn't waste a second in reflection.
Instead, he went on a mission born the instant he unlocked his phone and saw Cardi B's message.
"I'm seeing someone new. It's not drama. It's not messy.
It's just better for me."
Those words shattered him.
Deep down, Stefon never imagined losing Cardi to a man like Chris Brown, a man he quietly admired, a man he low-key idolized, a man whose fame and legacy eclipsed his own.
This wasn't just heartbreak. It wasn't just jealousy.
It was humiliation. And humiliation is a weapon that forges the most dangerous, relentless version of a man. So Stefon Diggs didn't go public through blogs, podcasts, or PR teams. He reached the wrong people, the ones who thrive on chaos, who breathe attention, who can fan embers into a wildfire. Within hours, whispers began leaking online, cryptic posts, shady tweets, anonymous T accounts murmuring, "Stefon knows everything. He's ready to speak." And he did. He declared, "Cardi B has been lying for months. The timeline isn't what you think. She didn't just move on, she upgraded.
The internet erupted. Chaos surged through timelines, feeds, comment sections. But the real storm was still forming.
Because Stefon, teetering on the edge of emotional freefall, wasn't about to let Cardi present a tidy, polished breakup story.
No, he unleashed the entire timeline. And it was catastrophic. Reputation shattering. Offset infuriating. Chris Brown caught in the crossfire.
The kind of bad that leaves the internet gasping. Here's how it went down. While Cardi B confided in Stefon, venting about Offset, she was simultaneously messaging Chris Brown. Private, casual at first, nothing romantic. But the energy was undeniable, electric, impossible to ignore. Her first shift, insiders say, occurred the same week she met Chris Brown backstage at an awards rehearsal. She looked too comfortable, too happy. And then, the spark ignited. The night Offset liked another woman's post, Cardi didn't reach for Stefon.
She called Chris.
That was the moment of reckoning, the instant Stefon realized he wasn't her emotional anchor anymore. From that night, Cardi began articulating what she needed, a partner who understands entertainment, not a football life. And in that subtle shift, a quiet, powerful story of loyalty, opportunity, and power began unfolding. One Stefon Diggs could no longer control.
Fans immediately connected those words to Chris Brown.
Stefon Diggs claimed Cardi B confirmed she was seeing someone successful, mature, grounded, her exact phrasing. Then came the line that sent shockwaves through his ego. I can't keep doing drama, men. I need peace. The internet erupted, dragging Stefon mercilessly. And then, just as everyone thought the story had reached its peak, Stefon dropped the first real bombshell. He revealed Cardi had told him, "My next man isn't going to embarrass me online."
Fans instantly understood.
The message wasn't cryptic, it was a direct shot at Offset, his cheating, the public scandals, the humiliation.
But Stefon didn't stop there. Not even close.
He pushed the narrative further. She told me she's tired of boys pretending to be men. I need a man with range. Range. That single word detonated social media.
TikTok exploded.
Analysts dissected it. Range isn't just depth, it's a musician, not an athlete.
It's Chris Brown. It's longevity. It's someone who lasts. Then came the line that stopped the internet cold.
Stefon revealed, she told me her new man is rich, not contract rich, entertainment rich. Everyone understood what that meant. Chris Brown isn't just wealthy, his legacy wealthy, industry wealthy, tour wealthy, catalog wealthy. Stefon's money is seasonal, fragile.
Chris Brown's wealth is timeless. And then Stefon snapped. A post appeared.
Deleted within minutes.
She found someone she respects more than me. Say less. Fans paused. They realized this wasn't just heartbreak. Stefon wasn't angry at losing Cardi B. He was furious at losing to Chris Brown.
Losing a woman is painful. Yes, but losing pride to another celebrity?
That's pure torment.
The real twist hit when the first receipts leaked. A blurry screenshot surfaced. Cardi B smiling on FaceTime, Chris Brown laughing beside her, her nails glinting, his chain catching the light.
Fans zoomed in. Shadows were analyzed. Timestamps checked. Wallpaper patterns matched.
And then the final, chilling confirmation. Her nails in the screenshot matched the ones she wore in a TikTok film that same week. The internet spiraled. Chaos wasn't coming, it had already arrived.
Fans lost their minds. But the receipts kept piling up.
First, a DM leaked. Chris Brown reacting to a snippet of Cardi B's new song.
Then, a flirty emoji she left on one of his posts.
A behind-the-scenes clip of Chris whispering to someone just out of frame. Fans swore it was Cardi. A rumored studio session popped up under the name CB+B, which everyone immediately decoded. Chris Brown plus Belcalis, Cardi's real name. Even without proof of romance, Stefon Diggs' revelations transformed every crumb into evidence. And just when the chaos seemed uncontrollable, Offset stepped in. First, a cryptic post. I ain't never worried. Fans read between the lines instantly. When a man claims he isn't bothered, he is. Then came a second message. Loyalty is rare these days.
Boom. Social media erupted.
Some thought he was shading Cardi B, others Chris Brown. And a few even suspected a jab at Stefon.
The speculation alone broke the internet. But the first major twist wasn't about Offset. It wasn't about Stefon. It wasn't even about Cardi. It was about Chris Brown.
After all the leaks, the rumors, the chaos, Chris did the one thing no one saw coming. He liked a tweet that said, Cardi and Chris Brown would actually make a powerful couple. That single like sparked a million questions. Was it confirmation?
Trolling?
Messiness? A hint at something real?
No one knew.
And that's when the true motivation behind Stefon's explosion became clear.
He wasn't exposing Cardi B because of heartbreak. He was exposing her because of fear.
Because then Stefon revealed the bombshell no one expected. Chris ain't just her new man. He was her first choice.
He thought he'd dropped the worst of it.
He thought revealing her new relationship would embarrass Cardi, expose her, and cast himself as the wounded, betrayed man.
But the internet didn't react that way.
Instead of dragging Cardi, instead of labeling her disloyal, people asked the hard questions. Why did she leave him so easily? What was he not giving her? What did Chris Brown offer that Stefon couldn't? Those questions cut deeper than any social media clapback.
And Stefon doubled down.
What he revealed next didn't just escalate the chaos. It detonated it. Because finally, he explained why he believes Cardi chose Chris Brown. According to Stefon, people think she left me for Chris.
Nah.
She left me for herself. Chris just showed up at the right time.
The world paused.
That one sentence wasn't just a throwaway comment.
It was a clue. This wasn't a messy rebound. This wasn't random sparks. This wasn't just Cardi doing Cardi.
This was calculated, strategic, intentional. Months before the words "I'm seeing someone else" ever appeared, Cardi had already pulled away.
The stage was set.
The players were in position. And the real story, the one no one was prepared for, was only just beginning. Cardi B had already started emotionally checking out. She was setting boundaries, testing distance, watching Stefon Diggs' reactions like a master strategist. And then, the first real bombshell hit. Multiple insiders confirmed that Cardi had privately criticized Stefon for being emotionally inconsistent, immature, and blind to his own career. She allegedly told a friend, "I'm not raising a man. I already have kids."
That single line went nuclear. Social media erupted.
Women rallied behind Cardi, fans dragged Stefon, and suddenly he wasn't exposing a scandal. He was flailing, desperately trying to regain control of a story slipping through his fingers.
But the plot thickened.
An insider revealed that Cardi and Chris Brown had been communicating for nearly a year. Not romantically at first, but consistently. Late-night studio calls, creative discussions, brainstorming collaborations that never officially materialized. And here's the twist. Offset allegedly blocked some of these collaborations.
Why?
Because he knew exactly how magnetic Chris Brown could be. Every woman who crosses paths with him, professionally or personally, ends up defending him, supporting him, or being drawn into his orbit.
Offset wasn't just protective. He was territorial. And in doing so, he pushed Cardi closer to Chris.
The forbidden energy, the tension, the what if, it all built like a powder keg. When Cardi and Offset finally separated emotionally, she didn't reach for a rebound or a random celebrity. She reached for someone she both respected professionally and trusted personally, Chris Brown.
But here's where it gets darker.
Stefon's biggest revelation wasn't about Cardi choosing Chris.
It was about why she stopped choosing him.
He admitted something painful, something public he probably shouldn't have. "She told me I wasn't dependable. She said I disappear when things get real." That single confession shifted public sympathy completely.
Suddenly, Cardi wasn't messy. She wasn't juggling men for attention. She wasn't cheating. She was choosing stability.
Yet Stefon didn't stop. He kept digging, revealing that Cardi had told him, "I need a man who understands fame, not someone who panics every time a blog posts my name."
Brutal.
The insecurity, the ego, the raw pain, it all played out live on social media for the world to dissect. And then the next revelation dropped like a bomb. Chris Brown had been quietly supporting Cardi through her divorce. Multiple insiders said he advised her on custody negotiations, financial protection, controlling public meltdowns, maintaining brand deals, and emotionally detaching from Offset. He was part therapist, part strategist, part emotional anchor, and Cardi thrived in that safety. But here's the kicker. According to an entertainment journalist, Cardi wasn't the one who first sparked the romantic side of this connection. The truth? Chris Brown had been planting seeds, subtly, carefully, ensuring that when the timing was right, Cardi would step into his orbit fully. The tension, the strategy, the emotional chess game. Everything was in motion, and the public was watching, powerless to stop the fallout.
It was Chris Brown.
Months before they even met in person, he reportedly told a friend, "If she ever gets free, I'll shoot my shot, respectfully."
The quote leaked. Fans lost it. Respect.
Patience.
Strategy.
Chris Brown had been waiting in the shadows, silently, until Cardi B was emotionally available.
Suddenly, everything clicked. Why was Chris praising Cardi in interviews out of nowhere?
Why was he defending her online without prompting? Why was he promoting her music, liking posts from burner accounts? The pieces fell into place like a sinister puzzle. Then, the twist dropped. A private source close to Stefon Diggs revealed the truth. He wasn't furious because Cardi left him. He was furious because she told him Chris Brown treats her better. Not richer.
Not more famous. Not flashier. But emotionally better. He listened. He supported. He calmed. He didn't weaponize her vulnerability. And then came the final bombshell. Stefon admitted he saw them together before she ever told him they were talking. Backstage. Laughing. Close. Comfortable. Familiar. He said nothing at the time, because deep down, he already knew. He just refused to accept it. But now? Now he's spilling everything, painting Cardi as the betrayer. Except, she didn't betray anyone. Stefon wasn't chosen. Cardi didn't cheat. She didn't lie. She didn't sneak. She evolved. And he stayed stuck, exactly where he was. The moment Stefon's rant hit the internet, the reaction wasn't loud. It was violent. Social media didn't just explode, it erupted. Within minutes, Cardi B, Stefon Diggs, Chris Brown, and even Offset were trending simultaneously across every platform. Twitter became a war zone. TikTok turned into a courtroom. Instagram was a battlefield of shady captions, deleted posts, and frantic comments. Everyone was watching. No one stayed silent. Fans went insane. One tweeted, "I'm sorry, but Cardi going from Offset to Stefon to Chris Brown, that's a glow up in warp speed." Another wrote, "She didn't leave Stefon for money. She left for peace. Men just don't get it." And suddenly, Stefon wasn't replaced. He was exposed. His supporters fought back. "Nah, Cardi is for everyone. She broke his heart then flaunted her new man. This is why men don't open up." But women dragged that comment section into the dirt. Men open up to the wrong women and then blame us for not mothering them. Stefon's ego got demolished. Within an hour, the internet had chosen sides. And then, the celebrities joined the chaos. A famous female rapper tweeted, "If sis found peace, some men ain't built for strong women." An R&B singer wrote, "Y'all shocked she chose Chris? That man is a vibe. Don't play." A comedian added, "Stefon expected a Grammy-winning woman to babysit his feelings. Boy, even NFL players stepped into the ring. The storm had only just begun." One fan tweeted, "Stefon should have stayed silent. Real ones don't make noise." Another replied, "He's talking more now than he did all season." The internet roared. But then, Offset. He couldn't stay quiet any longer. A gym video appeared. Caption, "Focused. Ain't worried about nobody." Fans translated, "He's panicking." Minutes later, the video vanished. Then came a cryptic post, "Some people forget who helped build them." The internet exploded. Jealous? Subtle shade? Panic? Nobody knew, but theories ran wild. Offset wasn't finished. Another post, "You can't move solid when everybody around you flimsy." Who was he talking about? Cardi? Chris Brown? Stefon? All three? Every guess fueled speculation, none flattering him. Then the shock came from an unexpected celebrity. A singer with history alongside Chris Brown weighed in. When you heal from a toxic man, you start choosing men who know how to communicate. Indirect, yet precise. Directed at Cardi. Shade at Offset. A subtle jab at Stefon. But the real explosion happened on TikTok. A creator dissected Stefon's entire timeline, highlighting his contradictions, ending the video with a single, piercing line. Stefon was never her man. He was her transition. That clip didn't just trend. It detonated. 20 million views in 12 hours. Women stitched it nonstop. Men raged. Debate went global. And then, Chris Brown intervened. But not with drama. Not with statements. Not with lyrics. No videos. Just a single selfie. Relaxed. Smiling. Unbothered. Caption, "Energy attracts energy." The internet paused. Comments flooded in.
He knows exactly what he's doing.
A flex without words. Chris Brown just obliterated Stefon silently. Offset could only watch, metaphorically punching the air. Then came the subtle coup. He liked a fan comment. Cardi and Chris. Unexpected but iconic. That one silent endorsement overshadowed every rant, every tweet, every deleted post from Stefon. The industry noticed. A producer tweeted, Chris and Cardi in the studio together would break the internet. A choreographer posted, I already see the vision. Fire. An A&R exec typed, if the rumors are true, they'd be a power couple. And the ultimate MIC drop came from a female pop star, Cardi with a man who dances. Oh, it's over for the girls. Fans exploded. Edits, mock album covers, couple montages, R&B playlists, they turned speculation into celebration. Meanwhile, Stefon's worst nightmare became reality. He watched it all unravel live. Spiraling, deleting, reposting. She's lying. I ain't jealous.
They aren't together.
But nothing could contain it. The world had already picked a side. And that side wasn't him. Then Stefon lost control.
He posted, she told me she'd never go for him.
Instantly, the internet erupted. Every word he typed became fuel. Women dragged him. Memes circulated. Opinions split. She's allowed to change her mind. She found emotional maturity. You found Twitter. Grow up. The world had spoken.
Amid the chaos, a private insider account dropped a single line that froze the internet. Cardi and Chris Brown are closer than anyone knows.
Panic. Curiosity.
Obsession.
Was it truth or hype?
No one could tell, but the comments section went nuclear. Every fan leaned in. Every rumor suddenly felt credible. Then the unthinkable happened.
Cardi B herself went online. Not to deny. Not to clarify. Not to defend Offset or respond to Stefon.
She simply posted, I don't explain myself to people who twist the truth. No names, no clarification, no denial. Every interpretation now valid. Every story plausible. Every rumor more combustible than ever. And Stefon finally realized. The internet wasn't on his side. Just when everyone thought the drama had reached its climax, the real bombshell dropped. And no, it wasn't Stefon. Not Offset. Not Cardi. Not Chris Brown. It came from the shadows, from someone silent all along.
Someone inside the industry.
Someone who knew the truth about both Cardi and Chris.
Someone ready to blow the lid off.
A burner account with undeniable insider credibility surfaced.
The internet froze.
Everyone focused on the gossip, but no one was asking the real question. How did Cardi and Chris get this close in the first place? Then the insider revealed it. They weren't flirting.
They were working.
Working on what?
A secret collaboration?
A performance?
A music video?
The speculation went wild. The connection, the insider explained, started long before Stefon. Long before Offset even suspected. Long before the public had any clue.
Weeks of secret planning.
Weeks spent together plotting. And the internet lost it. And then, the twist that no one saw coming. It wasn't a song.
It wasn't a show. They weren't just making music. They were planning Cardi's rebrand.
The loud, unapologetic, filterless superstar was reinventing herself, and Chris Brown was the architect. Cleaner visuals. Sharper choreography. A deeper, more artistic era. The insider added. Offset never liked it.
He wanted total control of her image.
When she pushed back, it got ugly.
Suddenly, everything clicked. The secret meetings. The backstage whispers. The late-night calls. Cardi's newfound confidence.
Her subtle distancing from Offset.
Her shift in tone.
Every fan theory suddenly made sense. Chris Brown wasn't just a friend.
Not just a romantic option. Not just emotional support. He was the mastermind behind the next chapter of Cardi B.
And the world was watching, powerless, as the blueprint unfolded. Everything connected. Every move. Every secret conversation. Every late-night text. But then the insider dropped the line that made the internet collectively hold its breath. There's a video.
A clip from one of their planning sessions.
And if it leaks, everything changes.
What's in it? What does it show?
Why is it so dangerous? The insider didn't say. Just that it proves Cardi and Chris were more than colleagues. They had chemistry long before Stefon even existed in the picture. And suddenly, Stefon wasn't the main character.
He was the placeholder. He knew it.
Because the moment the rumor started trending, Stefon imploded. He went live, eyes red, voice breaking, rage and heartbreak colliding.
Y'all don't even know what she told me. Y'all don't know what Chris said. Y'all don't know how deep this goes. Fans begged him to spill everything. He refused.
Not because he didn't want to, because he couldn't. He didn't just lose Cardi, he lost the narrative itself.
Meanwhile, Offset hit peak meltdown mode. He posted, and then deleted, a cryptic message. I ain't scared of no man. Try me. Fans went wild, his spiraling, his losing his mind.
Should be mad at himself, not Chris.
But the chaos didn't stop there.
Offset posted again, they moved grimy behind my back. Implying, according to fans, that Cardi was emotionally involved with Chris before their separation. The timeline just exploded into chaos. Amid the drama, Chris Brown made his move. Not words, not rants, not statements, just action. A studio video.
Smiling, dancing, caption, focus on your craft.
Let the noise talk for you.
The internet went ballistic.
Everyone understood. This was aimed at Offset and Stefon, and he didn't even need to say a name. Then Cardi B delivered her final move, a slow-motion clip of her walking into a studio.
Nails glistening, heels clicking, hair perfect.
Caption, new loading.
No denial, no clarification, just pure confidence.
And just when it seemed the saga had peaked, the insider dropped the ultimate bomb. The video clip is already in the hands of someone planning to leak it.
The internet froze.
A glimpse of Cardi and Chris, before Stefon, before Offset's meltdown, during her rebrand planning, capturing chemistry that could rewrite the entire story.
This isn't just gossip. This isn't just scandal.
This is a multi-layered war. Stefon's ego, Offset's insecurities, Chris Brown's dominance, Cardi's transformation, and the impending video leak that could shatter everything we thought we knew about them. If you made it this far, congratulations.
You now know more than half the internet. And trust me, it's only getting wilder. This isn't celebrity drama.
This is a collision of secrets, power, desire, betrayal, and one explosive video that could change everything.
But now, the choice is yours. Think about it.
Were Cardi and Chris Brown already emotionally entwined before Stefon ever stepped into the picture? Was she quietly plotting her rebrand, while Stefon thought he was building a real connection? Is Offset hiding secrets, or is he just spiraling out of control? And the question that eclipses all others. When that secret video finally leaks, will it show that Cardi moved on with respect, or that she'd emotionally checked out months before Stefon even realized?
Drop your thoughts right now in the comments.
Don't scroll. Don't think.
Just type.
I'm reading. The world is reading. Your comment is about to spark debates, fights, stitches, duets, because everyone has an opinion on this wildfire of a story. And if you haven't yet, smash that like button, share the tea, and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next explosion. Turn on notifications because the moment that video drops, the moment any insider speaks, the moment Chris Brown or Cardi B makes a move, I'm coming back with part 2, no holding back. From what insiders are whispering, the next drop isn't just messy. It's career-shifting, relationship-ending, image-breaking, internet-shattering.
This is bigger than drama.
This is power, ego, love, betrayal, all colliding at once. So stay locked in, stay ready, stay watching, because when that video leaks, this story won't just break the internet, it will obliterate it.